What's the record called,
It's called
Geri?
Wannabe. It's our first single and we wrote it. We're very proud of that.
Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is the place where I dive deep into all things Spice Girls through rare memorabilia, forgotten treasures, and the stories behind the biggest pop phenomena of the 90s. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the group's very first single, Wannabe, and explore how it became not just a massive hit, but a defining anthem of its era and the start of a historic global success story. Along the way, I'll be showing you some incredible items from my collection that tie directly into this song's journey. Wannabe was the Spice Girls' debut single, hitting the world on the 26th of June 1996. Written by the group, together with Matt Rowe and Richard Biff Stannard, it was produced for their first album, which arrived a few months later in September. Musically, it's a high-energy dance pop track with lyrics that champion friendship among women over romance, an idea that became central to the group's identity. Over the years, Wannabe has grown into more than just a catchy debut. It's become a cultural touchstone for female empowerment and the ultimate expression of the Spice Girls' girl power message. This isn't just the story of a hit single. It's a journey back to when a cultural phenomenon stormed the world of pop, brought to life once more through the records, posters, and rare memorabilia of the era.
You gotta get with my friends if you wanna be my lover. You gotta get with my friends, make it last forever. Friendship never ends.
Let's rewind to the very beginning. December 1995 to be precise.
But that's the way it is.
Geri, Emma, Mel B, Melanie C, and Victoria entered the recording studio at Strong Room in London, a venue that now proudly boasts a blue plaque in honor of the Spice Girls. It was here that they teamed up with producers Matt Rowe and Richard Biff Stannard to create the track. The group had met Biff, who had had significant success writing songs for East 17, a group the Spice Girls admired, at their December 1994 showcase, which was organized by their original management. Mel B actually met him working in a different studio and encouraged him to meet her bandmates. Biff went on to become an integral part of the Spice Girls' success, helping them, along with his writing partner Matt Rowe, to craft classic pop records such as Two Become One, Spice Up Your Life, and Viva Forever. This song came together fast. In fact, some accounts say it was knocked out in about half an hour. But despite the speed, the results captured a raw, energetic charm. It has echoes of Summer Nights, from the movie Grease, and sees Mel B and Geri rapping in a climactic pre-chorus, leading to a youthful and anthemic chorus that exudes confidence and fun.
We sort of don't rely on production. We sit down just like the Beatles, really, just like the Beatles. In fact, I am John Lennon's reincarnated.
First real boyfriend was Mark Wood, and for some bizarre reason, we got engaged.
I didn't get on with him at all.
He was an alarm engineer, and if only he'd have stayed in that cupboard that I met him in at my mum's house.
I didn't like what he would do and the way he would treat her.
By the end of the week, recording of the track wasn't quite finished, and the girls agreed to continue working into the weekend to get it done. Victoria had previously agreed to attend a wedding with her fiancé of the time, Mark Wood, meaning she had to miss the final recording stages for Wannabe. The wedding was for a member of Mark's family, not Victoria's, and despite Geri phoning her throughout the day with recording updates and to ask for her opinions, Victoria appeared to regret missing this important studio session, stating in her 2001 autobiography, Learning to Fly, "I just couldn't bear not being there." And it did make a difference. Because by the time it came to recording, performing, and singing it, all the parts had been divided up between the rest of them. Yes, I did a few backing vocals, but nothing major. And every time we performed it, I just felt like a gooseberry standing at the back, not doing anything. Once recorded, the track was sent off to be mixed by Dave Way. Although the Dave Way alternative mix is included on CD 2 of the single release, the group weren't happy with his single mix version. They felt it missed the mark, and that Virgin Records exec Ashley Newton was trying to make the group more R&B sounding. Enter Mark Spike Stent, who took over mixing duties and delivered the vibrant sound that ultimately became the version we all know. Stylistically, Wannabe is a high-tempo dance-pop track with playful rap elements, most notably Mel B and Geri's now iconic lines. At its core, though, the lyrics are simple and powerful. They champion female friendship over romance, and that message struck a chord with audiences worldwide. So here's where it all started. 5 voices, a quick writing session, and fierce confidence that this song simply had to be their debut release. Despite Virgin Records' insistence on Say You'll Be There or Love Thing as the first single, the group pushed hard for Wannabe to be their launch. Wannabe officially hit the airwaves in the UK in the summer of 1996. Virgin sent promotional CDs of the single, such as this one from the collection, to press, radio, and TV. The supporting promo film was also given to music video stations like The Box, where viewers could call in and request it on demand. The reaction was instant. Within just a few days, the video was being played over and over again, and demand for the track skyrocketed. Virgin Records knew the accompanying music video had to capture the group's energy and personality. The job went to Swedish director Johan Kamitz, and the shoot took place at the cold and slightly derelict St Pancras Renaissance Hotel in London in April 1996. The concept was simple but unforgettable. The Spice Girls burst into the grand, stately building and completely took it over. What followed was one long, seemingly continuous shot of chaos. Racing through the lobby, dancing on tables, teasing the staff, and charming everyone in sight. Although it appears to be filmed in just one shot, the group actually filmed the sequence several times during the late evening to get everything right. The finished edit is actually 2, possibly 3 takes, cleverly cut together to make it look like only one. At the time, it was unusual. Pop videos were often slick, polished, and choreographed to perfection. But here were 5 young women barging through an old Victorian hotel, looking cheeky, unpolished, and totally themselves. That sense of fun was the point, and it instantly set them apart from every other pop act of the era.
Darling, what time did we get here? 12 o'clock? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and first of all, we did a little bit of hair preparation. Yeah. Do you know what? It won't look frizzy, will it? It looks quite frizzy to me, that. We did a run through of the video, how we're going to do it, how we're going to choreograph it, walking in. It's quite hard, isn't it? You've got to be in a certain position at the right time. And, oh yeah, and we have to choreograph it. Go on, Tim, you've got to do them.
Well, in the video, I get on one of the tables and I do a backflip, which is quite frightening, but it's alright, it's choreographed.
It's alright, because you're insured for 1 million. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's oh quiet. We get this budget to go and get some clothes. Do you know I end up getting a £20 thing from Oxfam, and that's
well,
it.
I don't.
She nicks all my money.
When I spoke to you, shut up.
No, it's like,
And I'm wearing a very womanly dress.
See that, girls? If you haven't got it, just fake it. So that's my tip for the day. Wear a big smile and pretend you can. Everyone's going to think I'm the Hilda Robson of the group, which I am.
If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking it too easy, but that's the way it is. Wow!
Of course, not everyone loved it. Some critics described the video as messy or even unprofessional. Even Virgin Records were worried that the video was a little dark and possibly had a threatening element. But for fans, it was a revelation. This wasn't about being perfect, it was about personality, friendship, and fun. And that's exactly why it worked. The video premiered on the box before the single's official release, and just like the song, it blew up fast. Viewers couldn't get enough of it, replaying it again and again until it became the most requested clip of the summer. That exposure played a huge role in building the hype around Wannabe. Today, the video is considered iconic. The staircase at St Pancras where the group danced has become a pop culture landmark, with fans still visiting to recreate the moment 3 decades later. More than just a promotional clip, it was the perfect introduction to the Spice Girls world. Bold, unpredictable, and packed with girl power.
Because I've forgotten, can you introduce yourselves again?
Right, I'm Melanie B.
Right.
I'm Emma.
Right.
I'm Victoria.
Right.
And I'm Geri.
Right.
And I'm Melanie C. And Deborah, you didn't know we were
Right, say that.
I did.
By the time the single was physically released in shops in the UK on the 8th of July 1996, anticipation was through the roof. It had been advertised initially for a 1st July release, but was put back to allow for more demand. The single was available on 2 CD formats and cassette. CD2 also featured a fold-out postcard set doubling as the CD insert, which, as well as including 2 images from the group's Wannabe artwork shoot by Enrique Badulescu. It documented the group's mantra of female empowerment by including motivational advice. The single formats included the Dave Way remix, mixes by Motivate, and a B-side track titled Bumper to Bumper, which was written by the group along with Absolute, also known as Watkins and Wilson, who also worked on the group's first 2 albums. Also credited as a writer on this track is the artist Kathy Dennis, another on Simon Fuller's 19 management books, who later achieved huge success writing songs such as Toxic for Britney Spears and Can't Get You Out of My Head for Kylie Minogue. It sold an incredible 31,000 copies on its first day, and by the end of that week, more than 280,000 copies had flown off the shelves. It debuted at number 3 on the UK singles chart before climbing to number 1 in its second week, where it stayed for a gigantic 7 weeks straight.
Hi, we're the Spice Girls, and we're number 1!
It had, in actuality, been released a couple of weeks earlier in Japan, where the group had done some early promotion. The earlier Japan release ensured success before launching in their own, perhaps more decisive, home country. One of the many tactical plans put in place by their label and management to ensure maximum success for the group. At the time, the Spice Girls themselves described the whirlwind as surreal. One moment they were still up and coming, the next they were breaking records and grabbing headlines around the world.
But Wannabe just caught the spirit, I think, of the time. You name it. I mean, the Eskimos were singing it, the Japanese were singing it.
Wannabe wasn't just a debut single. It was the moment the Spice Girls exploded onto the global stage. And they wanted to bring their fans along for the ride. Promotional materials surrounding Wannabe heavily encouraged fans to join the group's official fan club, which was, in reality, more of a mailing list. The invitation appeared alongside release information and advertisements, and was even included inside copies of the single itself. The response was enormous. Long before social media, the fan club gave the Spice Girls a direct line to their audience, allowing them to promote upcoming releases, share exclusive news, and build an even stronger connection with their fans. Members also received exclusive memorabilia, including a welcome letter and a membership card like the ones shown here. Still to come. The girls make headlines, sell millions, and win awards. So stay tuned. If you'd like to support me so I can continue to make content like this, Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's totally free and genuinely helps me continue. Thank you. The media quickly picked up on the Spice phenomenon. Wannabe wasn't just another pop single, it felt fresh, loud, and different. Critics didn't always know what to make of it. Some dismissed the track as too silly or chaotic, while others praised its energy and originality. But regardless of the reviews, the public had spoken, and Wannabe was unstoppable.
We wrote that about a year ago, and we had to come out with that to give the public a starting point so they can't actually pigeonhole us into anything. I mean, as we bring out our second singles, third single, fourth single, you see like a mature difference in each track. But obviously you have to come out with something that gives everyone a starting point, and hopefully you either get it or you don't with this one.
From there, the singles spread like wildfire. It topped charts in 37 countries worldwide, including the United States, where it climbed to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in February 1997. That made the Spice Girls the first British girl group ever to reach the top spot in America. The song went on to sell over 7 million copies globally, becoming not just the biggest selling single by a girl group, but one of the most successful debut singles in pop history. In just 6 months, the Spice Girls had gone from complete unknowns to one of the biggest pop groups on the planet. The song wasn't just a chart hit. It was the launchpad for a global empire, setting the stage for their debut album, Spice, and everything that came after. The single won a number of awards, most significantly at the 1997 Brit Awards, where the group picked up 2 prizes, one of which was Best British Single for Wannabe, as shown on this winner's card, brought on stage and announced by Caroline Aherne in character as the formidable Mrs. Merton.
The winner is... We've seen the brazen hussies earlier. The Little Spice Girls!
That year's Ivor Novello Awards also saw the group take home an award for Wannabe in the shape of Best British Written Single.
This is a very, very special award to us, and it means a lot to be recognised for our writing. Zigga zigga.
By the late 90s, Wannabe wasn't just a hit single anymore. It had become a cultural milestone. At the heart of the song was a simple but powerful message. Friendship comes before romance. For young women and girls everywhere, that message struck a deep chord. It was refreshing, bold, and unapologetic, something that mainstream pop music hadn't really celebrated in this way before. The Spice Girls themselves described it as the foundation of their philosophy, which they called girl power. Suddenly, it wasn't just a catchy phrase, it was a movement. Fans took it to heart, and soon Wannabe was being described as a kind of unofficial anthem of female empowerment. The song's playful energy, its refusal to take itself too seriously, and its insistence on loyalty between friends over boys all helped redefine what a pop group could stand for. It wasn't just about singing love songs, it was about identity, confidence, and community. Culturally, the impact was enormous. Wannabe was being played everywhere: school discos, sporting events, even political rallies. It showed up in advertising campaigns and was quoted endlessly in magazines and newspapers. For many fans, it wasn't just background music, it was the soundtrack to their teenage years. The made-up word "zigga zig ah" has aroused much suspicion regarding its meaning. The group claim was just something they were saying at the time, and it can mean whatever you want it to mean. But in recent years, the suspicions that it means sex have been confirmed by Melanie C. in her 2022 autobiography, Who I Am. Of course, not everyone approved of the movement resulting from the group's mantra. Some critics dismissed girl power as shallow marketing, while others saw the group as a manufactured fad. But looking back now, it's clear that the Spice Girls tapped into something real. Wannabe gave young women a voice in 90s pop culture, and it celebrated friendship and independence at a time when most mainstream pop was still focused on traditional romance. Much-needed feminism in a bite-sized form for a new generation. Even today, decades later, the song's legacy endures. It's been studied by academics, referenced in films and TV shows, and continues to pop up in surveys of the greatest pop songs of all time. For a whole generation, Wannabe is more than a debut single. It's a symbol of the fun, fearless spirit of the 90s, and the anthem of girl power. Nearly 3 decades after its release, Wannabe remains one of the most recognizable pop songs in history. The single has sold over 7 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling debut single by a girl group and one of the most successful singles of the 1990s. But beyond the numbers, its influence has been cultural, generational, and long-lasting. The song continues to be ranked on lists of the greatest pop tracks ever recorded. Publications from Rolling Stone to The Guardian have praised its energy, its originality, and the way it redefined what a debut single could achieve. It's also become a fixture of global events. When London hosted the 2012 Olympic Games, the Spice Girls reunited to perform Wannabe in front of millions around the world. The moment confirmed the song's place as more than just a 90s hit. It was a piece of living cultural history. In 2013, a 7-inch vinyl record was released to celebrate 40 years of Virgin Records. It was the first in the anniversary releases to sell out, and gave fans a chance to own a picture disc of the mega hit, even if the record sleeve credited the wrong songwriters for the B-side bumper to bumper. For Wannabe's 25th anniversary in 2021, the group released Wannabe 25, an EP available on 12-inch picture vinyl and cassette. It included remixes and a previously unreleased sensual demo track titled Feed Your Love, dropping alongside a capsule collection of Wannabe-themed merchandise. In the years since, Wannabe has been covered, parodied, and remixed countless times. From school talent shows to viral TikToks, its infectious spirit keeps reaching new generations. It even got a K-pop remix thanks to the TV show K-Popped, which saw Emma and Mel B perform the remixed Wannabe with K-pop girl group ITZY. The opening rap, "Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want," is instantly recognizable, even to people who weren't alive when the song first came out. In 2012, it was scientifically announced as the most recognizable opening of a song. And in 2026, to celebrate 30 years since its release, the Spice Girls announced this tiny Wannabe vinyl record, available to order from their online store. Plus, their first ever range of Funko Pop figures, which show the group in their Wannabe video outfits. Perhaps the clearest sign of its legacy is how deeply it's tied to the idea of girl power. For fans, Wannabe isn't just nostalgia. It's a reminder of the confidence, friendship, and fun that the Spice Girls represented. It's a message that still resonates, proving that the spirit of the song has outlasted its critics. In the end, Wannabe wasn't just the beginning of the Spice Girls' career. It became their calling card, the anthem that defined an era and inspired millions. It could have been a one-hit wonder, but instead it was the first in a line of hits for the group, and for many of us, it still sparks the same joy it did back in 1996. Please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more Spice Girls memorabilia videos from the collection. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support. Your likes and subscribes help me to continue sharing the collection with you. Until next time, check out these recommended videos and of course, stay spicy.